Hello everyone. I will be making some cheese rolls. I have my flour here, and I'm going to be adding my brown sugar, baking powder, and salt to my flour mix. Add it all in here. And then I'm gonna mix it. I'm gonna add a little bit more baking powder. I got a little bit too much. Let me add a little bit more. All right, that's enough. And I'm gonna just mix it in. Okay, now I'm gonna add some cheese. Just a little bit. A little bit of cheese in the flour mix. And then I'm gonna add some cold water into it and let it form into a dough. And after I form it into a dough, then I'm going to let it set in the refrigerator for 30 minutes and then roll out the dough and shape the rolls. Oh, I'm also gonna have some butter. Add some butter as well. Okay, so now I have the dough like this. Now I'm gonna add just a little bit more cold water, just a little bit more. And slowly forming it into a dough. And then after I form it into a dough, I'm gonna cover it. I'm gonna cover it with some parchment paper all around and leave it in the fridge for 30 minutes just let it leave in the fridge and then take it out. Now it's time to put it in the refrigerator. Here's my parchment paper. And I put it in the refrigerator for 30 minutes. Here's how it looks. All covered up. All right, so I already have my dough. I took my dough out of the fridge. Now it's time to season the cheese for the cheese rolls. I got my seasonings here. I got paprika, this is red, little bit of red pepper. I got the Maggi chicken flavor, black pepper, salt, all in here. And so I'm gonna mix it, put some seasoning on the cheese. And then I'm gonna put some mustard in. And some mayo. And then I mix. Then I'm gonna add the rest of the seasonings. Add some mayo again. And some mustard. Then mix again. Yep, so this is gonna be for our filling for the cheese rolls. Okay, so this is not a perfectly rolled out dough for a cheese roll, but for the sake to just use up all the dough and not waste any dough, I'm gonna use it. It doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be perfect. Not everything has to be perfectly cut. I want to use up all my dough, so that's why I'm using it. That's why it's not perfectly cut out. And I'm going to brush my egg wash. And then I place this on my parchment paper. Okay, everyone, so I just took my cheese rolls out the oven. So what I did was I preheated the oven to 330 degrees and placed the cheese rolls inside the oven and let it cook for 30 minutes. Then I turned off the oven and left the cheese rolls in for 10 minutes. And then I took it out. I took all the cheese rolls out and I looked at it and I was like, okay, let me let it cook for a little bit longer. So I let it cook at 335 degrees for 5 minutes and then turned off the oven and then let it rest in the oven for 5 minutes. And now I've just taken it out. Here's how the cheese rolls look on the inside. I got a knife, cut open. It's the inside. Yeah, I actually, I cut this earlier. And let me taste it. It tastes delicious. It tastes good. And yep, so those are my cheese rolls.